Oh, this is yours.
We good, Rob?
Yeah.
Okay, let's call the meeting to order. We'll get rolling. Jamie, you're up first with your report.
The locks were changed at the museum. We made a lift for the lift station. Make it a lot easier to get the pumps out of there instead of the way it worked before. Greased the equipment again, swept Oak Street. We cleaned some junk out of the storm drains on Oak Street. Swept main, redid the air compressor lines at the shop. And we pulled the lift station pumps and cleaned the pit and checked valves in them. Brandon got some parts for the compressor to finish all that. Swept the east side of Oak Street in some spots. Pulled the water meter and cleaned it. It was cracked, so we took it apart and made sure it wasn't nothing was trapped inside. A few endpoints again. We swept the sidewalk Saturday and sanded in intersections. The shop is pretty much done. We pretty much got everything in there. So we had to fix the door at the shop already. Fixed that hole in the walking bridge this morning. Ran to Sioux Falls for some pipe for street signs. Drove Travis around, kind of showed him around and stuff. And that's, yeah, I was gone for 12 days and Troy was gone some, so that's it. But I'm not done yet. Yeah, I think we should talk about maybe upgrading some equipment.
Ready?
I don't have a list of it here. It's payloader, pickup, street sweepers, and major things. And then the minor stuff is just, that can be juggled around and stuff like that. But for the major stuff, that would be it.
And how quickly do you feel like you would need us to think about replacing them?
I would like to do the payloader right away, if we
Okay.
could.
Okay.
The truck, like I said, it's old, it's rusty. Suspension, not the best, man, but it works.
Okay.
It does the job. So what's needed. And there's not a lot of times where we really got a lot of weight on it. And the couple times we did, I just took my pickup. So it's not a big deal. The pickup serves its purpose yet.
Okay.
How long have we had that?
That I don't know.
What year is it?
I never even checked.
Do you know?
I could look at our insurance paperwork, find out.
I'll look at it.
Do you,
That's been a long while.
it has been a long time. So you would say the street sweeper is second and the pickup is third?
I would say the street sweeper third.
Third.
Because that doesn't get as used as much as the pickup.
For the pickup, are we looking for something that's pretty much identical, or you want something that's a little heavier duty, or
There's times heavy duty.
cab, or?
There's times heavier duty would be nice. Just the few times that we do, it's nice. And that, but I'm just comparing that suspension to what a different suspension is.
Is that just a regular half ton?
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, there is times a 3/4 would be nice.
Yeah.
So, but it just depends. Like before, we were thinking if we tried to make a little crane or whatever to get the lift pumps out of the lift stations. But we made something else that worked. We tried it and it works great.
Okay.
Needs a little tweaking yet, but nothing. It worked very good.
Have you looked at all at a payloader,
Looked at it. Well, we haven't looked at them physically.
but you've been looking?
Yeah, we got,
Can you give me some info on that?
yeah, this one here is Volvo, from Volvo. This is just, he never really gave me a good quote deal. He's just got, for new, it's roughly 200 to 210,000. And used is in that 150 range. It depends on the hours that you want.
Okay.
Caterpillar, this was a 2024 for 220,000. That's what last week.
How much was the Caterpillar? 224,
220, so on the bottom.
219.
219?
But it's Caterpillar, so
Yeah.
9.6. Okay. Yeah, that's about the same size as what we have.
Yeah, this is another one from Volvo. This was a brand new one. I thought this one, brand new, would be a little cheaper, but I was kind of surprised on that one. This.
How much is that one that you just handed off?
206,000.
Okay.
That's a brand new one.
And I figured that'd be cheaper than that because you get the municipal discount.
Volvo, a new Volvo,
Brand new was 26.
206, yeah.
Are these all from the same place or different?
Different places, yeah. This one here is kind of the best one. That's a used
Used
Volvo.
okay,
2023,
It's got 400 hours on it.
same size bucket as the Cat has.
Yeah, this is kind of
Extra bucket.
that's for like snow. I don't know if you'd wanna, that snow bucket works pretty darn good in the winter because it's so much bigger.
how much is it?
That's $7,000.
Well,
No,
the
the-
payloader is 127,000.
Okay.
That
That's under
includes,
trade-in.
yeah, he's the only one that would trade in. Everybody else was,
With trade-in, that was the 2023 Volvo.
Yeah. The price of that is 162,500, and then they give us 35,000 trade-in.
Okay.
and I don't know too much about this. He just texted it to me. It's that Bosma, north of Larchwood, or Elbord. He's got
Also
a,
repair.
yeah, he's got a 2023 L70, which is the only difference between a 70 and a 60 is the counterweights in the back and beefier rear end. So that's the only thing different. Pretty much same amount of hours.
400 out, 400.
450,
450, okay.
53. This has got a 3-yard bucket for 162.5. And then he said he could delete it for 4,500 if wanted. But I said, this is all I got. And I just got this at 10 to 6. So I really don't know a ton about this one.
Okay.
We know what year the one we have is.
So I was gonna bring that paper in too. Was it
2000.
02? Don't quote me on that.
Our payloader,
Yeah, Carol, do you remember what year that thing, I was gonna bring that paper, but I forgot it.
we have it in our insurance paperwork.
Payloader, okay.
Yeah. I was gonna bring that and I never get caught up.
Anything else while I'm on?
Pizza.
What questions do you guys have about the payloader? Or comments for Jamie? How long are all these estimates good for? Do you know?
It's probably, the one was 90 days.
Okay,
It's a 30.
which is the one that's at 30? That Caterpillar?
Third one, yeah.
Caterpillar, you're gonna pay just a little bit more because it's a Caterpillar.
Yeah,
I was hoping it'd be a lot cheaper than
Yeah, I
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Very good.
John Deere did say it's pretty good, but that guy never got back to me.
Oh.
That kind of surprised me. Talked to him the first time and he said, I'll get back to you.
do you know how many hours the Caterpillar has on it, the 2024?
It should say, I think that was a brand new one.
And the payloader you have is a 2003.
Okay.
Twenty 24 has 146.
146 hours?
Yes.
You said our current payloader is a 2003?
Mhm. We've had it for 10 years.
Okay. Any other questions on the pay order or the pickup you guys have?
Is there, I'm just thinking about the different costs of things, you know, we're looking at, these are all between $130,000 and $200,000. But they're all 2023 and newer. Is there options for like a 2015, 16, 17 that's cheaper yet?
I would have to get back to them guys and say, both the hours up like in that price range. If you could give me a price, I'd say, give me some examples in here.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my question. Richards Repair F, what's that?
That's that S&M,
That's S&M.
yeah. He said if it, let's just say that you said, okay, today, he would be willing to rent it for like $500 to $1,000 a month till the city gets to that time when it could be paid, and he would take that amount off the purchase fee.
Oh,
So,
lease to own.
yeah, basically for a couple months, just rent it for a couple months and
Yeah.
it comes off the price.
That's the one that's 167,000
Yeah,
that we're trading in.
before the 35.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's 127.5.
Yep, okay.
With an extra bucket for 7,200.
And that one's got brand new tires. I don't know about this Bosma. I didn't get a chance to even talk to the guy
Okay.
on this one. The new ones naturally.
Okay. Any other questions on that you guys have? Anything else for the payload or the pickup or the sweeper?
No, that's just out of the big things, that's the top three in that order.
Okay. Running down the rest of this list. Visu sewer, adding repairs to our budget. We probably need to be thinking about that.
Mhm.
It's March. They come in the summer. They fill up their schedules. So what area did we need to repair? Which one was the worst?
It's a one block area.
Yep.
I think it was the block from,
Garfield to Grant,
I think so, yeah.
the 300 block.
Yeah, I think so. I can double check, but I'm pretty sure that's it.
Will you double check for us?
Yeah.
And then if you can, reach out to them and see about cost and when they could potentially come for our next meeting.
Mhm.
That would help.
Yeah.
So then we can figure out what we're dealing with financially. Diagonal Street repair plan.
That's basically what you want to think about doing.
What do we want to do?
Is it worth just throwing this out there? What about the possibility that like maybe get one of them grinders, maybe grind it an inch or two off? I mean, it's still gonna be a little rough, but it'll be a whole lot better. That'll get you by anyway. Maybe it's a stupid idea, I don't know, I'm just throwing that out of there.
What's our other options? We can't really seal coat it again. It
No,
doesn't
that
take, doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that didn't do nothing.
So,
I talked to Scott Blum about that one time, and he said something about, taking the, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches off the top and pouring cement onto that. So I don't know if that's possible. I'd have to ask him about that again.
Can
And I
you?
can,
okay.
'cause I think he said Rock Valley did that.
I just want to know what our options are.
Yeah,
Because if we can't seal coat it, doing the concrete is gonna be X amount of money, and then grinding is gonna be this amount of money.
Yeah.
I wanna know that so we can decide what
I
we're
tried calling the Lyon County engineer,
Okay,
see if they had any projects coming up that we could kind of maybe leapfrog onto it.
okay,
But he was gone and I haven't been able to get back to him yet.
okay. I can also, give this list to you too, Jamie,
Yeah.
so that you know for
Yeah,
next
that's fine.
month. Okay. Curb repair plan.
That's, I got This one I got for, let's see, this one is from Jordan Homa. This here is a little extra because it was my fault. I forgot to tell him about this. And he got back and he said, that's extra cost. That's for them ADA
Okay,
handicap things. Yeah, we forgot about this. So this is what that is. So that's Jordan. I talked to Scott Blum too. But I haven't got his yet. He said he had run across you or something.
oh, he hadn't talked to me about it yet,
Okay.
but don't say that out loud yet until we get the other estimate.
Yeah.
You'll get his estimate and then we can think about, okay,
I'll call him again in the morning.
okay. Discretionary budget. Do you need anything other than a payloader and a pickup truck and a CC?
I don't know, really, I don't.
Yeah. Can I just leave that on there for us to,
Well, I talked to you last year about a board for that skid loader.
yeah. Do you,
I think we could get one for 3,500, 4,000. A used, cheaper one.
okay,
So I talked to Clint Barron Scott about it once, and he was saying out of town in the country it was about 7,500.
and you said, what'd you say, 35?
I think 35 to 4 we can get one, a cheaper one.
Okay. Okay. Any flower pot ideas?
Not yet.
Okay,
We'll have that
next time?
Yeah.
Excited to get those back out on the curb?
we'll find out.
Yeah. Pool prep, anything in that regard?
Not yet. That's gonna be late next week or early the following.
Okay,
And then we're gonna be starting on that.
okay. Seasonal help,
I don't know.
one guy, two guys, or girls?
Yeah, because Troy will be gone. It'd be nice to have somebody at least part-time when Troy's gone.
Okay. Part-time
I would
in
think
his
so.
absence, would you think it would be like your seasonal person that you had doing the mowing and the weeding and the stuff like that? Would you want to tack it on to them so that they'd have more regular part-time
That's
hours?
fine too.
Or would you want someone part-time and a seasonal helper for the lawn
No, I
care?
think both like that would be.
Combine them?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
So that goal from home is, that's everything on Main and by the pool.
Is that the only one you got? Or are we getting other ones?
I got Scott's, but I don't have his yet.
and then the stop sign on the north end, did that come in?
Move it's up.
It's a.
It's up?
Yeah.
Yay! Great, okay, crossing it off.
They must have put it on.
Are they gonna put a street light up there, no?
Huh?
Are they gonna put a street light on that corner? It's a little bit American guy to do that.
I'd tell them to put one down here. In the corner. Light.
We're gonna do
You're talking about stoplight, right?
No,
No, street
street
light.
light,
Oh.
or- so it's not so
My
dark.
bad. I'm thinking-
Yes, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's Mid-American. Street lights.
I'll do them all in Sweetfoot.
Will you give them a call, Carol, about them? Okay. Anything else for Jamie? That was a great report.
Yeah.
Thanks. Anything else?
Wait till you see the money I won next month.
Don't press it.
Yeah.
We won't invite you.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah.
We'll get in touch with you about your questions, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, we've got a lot of attendees here for the public comment. Who wants to go first? You want to go? Okay.
Nobody was volunteering. They're all like, you do the
No,
Can I just sit here? I'm gonna stand up.
you don't have to stand up.
And I didn't know how formal this was, so I made this pretty formal.
That's okay.
Okay, so, says, good evening, Mayor and City Council members. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is LaFay Hieronymus, and I am a resident of Inwood. I appreciate the work that you all do to serve and protect our community, I would like to respectfully ask the city council to consider reviewing the current ordinance that limits households to 2 dogs. My request is that the city council consider adding a reasonable exception for emotional support animals when they are properly documented and responsibly cared for. Emotional support animals play an important role in the mental health and well-being of many people. For individuals who rely on them, these animals are more than pets. They provide daily support that can help manage anxiety, depression, and challenges. While service animals are already recognized in many laws, emotional support animals are increasingly recognized as legitimate support for people's health and stability. I completely understand and support the purpose behind animal ordinances. Rules that address nuisance animals, dogs running at large, sanitation, and public safety are very important. My request is not to remove those protections, but rather I am asking the council to consider a small and reasonable adjustment that would allow an exception in certain cases where an emotional support animal is medically recommended and the animals are well cared for. For example, the ordinance could allow a documented emotional support animal in addition to the standard dog limit, provided that the animals are licensed and vaccinated. This would maintain the spirit of the ordinance while recognizing that some residents have legitimate health needs. Many communities across the country have begun looking at ways to balance animal control with the needs of residents who rely on emotional support animals. Allowing a carefully defined exception would help ensure that residents who benefit from these animals are not forced in difficult choices while still maintaining the community standards that keep our neighborhoods safe and pleasant. I care about this community and want to continue being a responsible and respectful neighbor. I also believe that thoughtful adjustments to ordinances can help cities support the well-being of their residents while still protecting the interests of the public. I appreciate your time and your consideration and the work that you do for our town. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. So city, what I would recommend that our city council does is some research and some thinking, right, about the request. And then we can bring it back to our council meeting in April and have a discussion. And we'll make sure to share any information that we collect in our research out amongst each other so we feel prepared to have that conversation at the next meeting. And if you're welcome to attend the next one, otherwise we'll follow up with you after the meeting is had. Okay. Thank you for coming and sharing very much. Do you guys have anything else you want to add? So, you guys have any questions for them at all? Awesome.
Appreciate the
Thank you, Dave.
well laid out request. That's very nice.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You're good. You're good. Yeah.
You're released.
Feel better. Awesome. Who wants to go next?
Thank you guys
Sure.
so much.
Yeah?
Building permit?
Okay.
Yes. You got these?
Yes, please.
You want them?
We'll share. Yeah, we'll do the sharing.
You got these too?
Yes. Yeah.
Can we keep those copies or?
Do you need
Can you make
them?
a copy of them?
Will do.
Do you want to do this one too? Or this one? This one is the.
This is just his
Okay.
example sheet, sorry.
This has-
My notes.
This
There you
has the details on the front. You want that? You want to just relay the plan to us?
Sure.
Well, she makes a copy quick.
Just building a house, like 1,900 square foot,
Awesome.
wood frame, shingles. That's about it.
Okay. Back, it's following all the setbacks and all the things you've looked at our codes
it's
and,
25 feet back.
Yeah.
10 from each side.
all right. So she'll make copies, we'll look them over,
Okay.
and then we can put them in with our consent agenda unless there's any questions, and then it will be tabled. But if there's no questions, and if you've worked with her to get everything taken care of, it should be fine.
Good.
Okay?
Where are you rolling for?
Right next, Chris and Mindy.
Oh.
Okay, and then you over there.
That's exciting.
Yes. Yeah.
Yay! Awesome. Congratulations.
No, thank you.
Yeah, so we can let you know as soon as we've
Okay.
formally approved it.
Do you know how long it'll take?
I mean, so it's down here on the agenda, so maybe a half hour?
Awesome.
Thank
Perfect.
you.
Thank you. See ya.
All right, next up. I swear there were less of you when I looked down. Now there's more of you. Yes, yeah. Who wants to go? Cody, Laura, you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wanted to mention a typo, if you, this is new addendum and budget proposals for next year. The proposed addendum, I had 26, 27, it's supposed to be 25, 26. You know, we're bringing that back, so we can have a budget for next year, hopefully, to make those appropriations. And I know that's under old business, so.
The 13 or 14, Laura? Which one's wrong?
Proposed addendum, on the very top on the addendum, I had 26, 27 instead of 25, 26.
Oh,
That's
separate paper. Hold on. Nope, I don't have it. It must have been in a separate email. So are you proposing going from up $71,079.63?
the addendum, I'm proposing going up. Is that right here? 7,179.63.
Yeah. Okay. For the 25, 26 year.
26.
Yeah, she must have corrected it in the
Okay.
agenda for us.
Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, yep,
That's the only thing I wanted to mention.
okay. We can move to that while you're here. So I did share with all of you guys, the budget allocation, the justification for that. It's for Enrich, Iowa. It's for the increase in the rent for the Hiller Lumber Beach building and then the utilities and things like that, that weren't factored into the budget from the last year because we didn't know that we were gonna have these costs with Hiller. So if anyone have any questions?
Laura, do you want to explain to them that the rent from Hiller is not included in your budget?
I don't know how you pay your bills. The library, the ordinance, the city ordinance says that the library is supposed to approve all expenses. And is an expense of whether you take it out of one of those library accounts or not, that's not our problem. But we're supposed to account for all the expenses, and that is a library expense.
Okay, but we don't need it in your budget numbers. We talked about that last week.
Is it not a library expense?
Well, it's similar to like insurance and work comp and some of the other things that we just pay as a whole. So we've taken this rent out of the project budget, not the library budget. And I guess I thought when you left Thursday that you understood that.
No, I'm just trying to follow the library ordinance. That says we.
Me too.
Expenses, so
Yeah,
that's why it's in there, because it's a library expense. If you want, it's up to the council, that's, it says what that is, it says that amount there, so if you want to take 4,800 out of that, that's what you would be appropriating.
which is then about what, 2,380?
Rent for 8 months is $4,800.
And the difference?
I don't have calculator on it.
Okay, so to make sure I'm crystal clear, the rent for the library is coming from the community center rebuilding budget point, correct?
Correct. And it has since October.
So it does not need to be a part of the library's budget because it's a community center rebuilding fund line item.
Correct.
So why aren't all those other things, community center, rebuilding?
So that's my question. Why isn't utilities then included in that? Because that's a part of the operating cost, right?
There's also a maintenance charge for a furnace. Like $340.
So in that's part of your amendment here, those little costs. And since you had line items for maintenance and in Rich, Iowa, we just left it there.
When you didn't have.
You called the repairman, so we just kind of included that.
Actually, Henry, I didn't choose a repairman.
I don't care where it comes from. I just want to know what's gonna come under the community center rebuilding fund and what's gonna come under the library. So it's clear. And it would be ideal if it was all or one, right? I mean, all or none. So lump them all together for rent utilities, like you're our rentee. You are our rentee. We're taking care of your rent and utilities. Or you are, and it's your library.
So is that last month, or where is that at?
I do have copies of last one.
Is that what she's going off of with?
So on the back of this is also a January, February line item sheet for them. For the library.
Do you typically have maintenance costs when you're in the building? Do you typically have utilities costs when you're in the building?
There is that straight line item. There was one, since I've been here, there was a window repair and heater repair.
That came from your budget? So
Otherwise,
that's what-
otherwise it's just like a flat fee, that $300 or whatever it was, used to be, was just our staff for deals.
So most of the small maintenance, we just take care of. Okay, so yes, they had a window repaired and the air conditioner repaired a year ago.
And those were us or them?
Library.
Okay,
Library has a line item for maintenance. They have a line item for utilities.
Yeah.
But what we did with utilities is we only allocated $50 per month that we deducted from the whole community center bill.
got it.
So they've had it really good for a long time. Now that they're in their own building, yes,
Yeah.
costs went up.
So the utilities are coming from their budget. The rent, go ahead. I'm trying to understand.
The appropriation, that, yes, those costs went up and the appropriation has not, and they don't
You don't have the money.
have the money.
So we still need to do a budget amendment.
Yes.
I just want to understand what's going to be in your budget versus what's going to be in the community center rebuilding budget. And I don't like it to be half of this and half of that, because that's really difficult to track.
The only thing that's in the project budget is the rent.
Can we move that to theirs so it's clear? Like, then we don't have to have this.
I would like to keep it where it's at,
Why?
just because we don't have a line item for it that's been added. We've been doing it for several months. It's not real easy to just go back and change.
What's in the bylaws?
The ordinance just says that library is responsible for all library, the board is responsible for all library expenses.
Okay, it doesn't have anything itemized out,
It just says all.
all.
Why is it hard to go back? Because if we paid for it from the community center fund and we give her the budget amendment for the $4,800, can't we just have her cut the check to the city of Inwood from her budget and say it should have come from her budget? We're putting it back into her budget. Like, is that not clear?
Why do we want it in this budget?
I like it because it's clearer. But I'm open, I don't get a vote, so you all get to decide.
Who pays the rent check? Do you physically write a check, or does it come from
No,
the city?
it's all expenses are paid by the city.
You're just approving
We're
that.
just approving this.
They have to submit their budget to us as a city every year that we approve. They are short, So we have to approve.
Understand
What
what
they're
the
short.
rent and everything,
Yes.
utilities now.
But if the building wouldn't have collapsed, we wouldn't have had.
Any of
wouldn't have
this.
had Any of it.
No.
And so you would still have been paying $50 or whatever it was per month to the city.
And I'm assuming in the new building, because we have, it would make sense to me to, there are separate heating zones and stuff. It's like, well, why wouldn't we pay
Something.
what
What you
that is,
actually-
so that, what we're actually using?
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of
Because we
just,
have 1 meter.
there's
that's
there's only going to be 1 meter.
Well, I hope so, because there's a meter charge for each meter. So you don't want to meter separately. That'd just be additional.
I mean, that's just a little space and the gym's huge. That's future.
We need to do a budget
We
amendment.
only charged you $50 for the last how many years? $50 a month. That was
great.
very generous, very generous.
So what do you want to do, council? We need to have a budget amendment for the 25-26, and we need to accept the budget for 26-27. And you need to tell me if you want the rent in there or not. You've heard the requests from both sides.
I honestly don't know what difference it makes. I mean, I'm good with either way. I think the rent is the only thing that we need to move around, if we need to move anything around. The rest of it, I'm good with. The additional on this addendum, but yeah, does it make sense to put all of it with the library and then it's their budget, or does the city just pay for the rent? I don't care.
I think we should leave it as is. It's easier, it's gonna be less confusing for Carol. If this wouldn't have happened, we wouldn't have had this issue.
So leave it where the city pays it out of the rebuilding fund, okay?
I guess for me, the bylaws say all expenses go to the library budget. I want them all in the library budget. For me, the city pays for it regardless. It shouldn't matter if it's over here or over here. It's gonna come out.
Mhm.
And I guess I don't wanna violate ordinances either. If, to me, it doesn't matter, the city pays for it anyways. It's just gonna come out of, instead of this side, come out of the library. Or in my eyes, it should come out of anyways.
They're only approving it. They're only approving it. They haven't written checks out prior.
Exactly, so the city's doing it anyways. I guess for me, if all the expenses are for the library, let's just make them all for the library. And so everyone wants to say, what was it? Here, this is their expenses. Not minus one item when the bylaws are all expenses.
Mark?
I agree with both sides. The issue, the probably the biggest issue is this is a 1-year deal, hopefully.
Well,
Could be next year too.
Right, you're,
year and a
Just give me
half.
2 years.
a year and a half, whatever, but it's a short-term deal. So we want to change the way the accounting system works for that short term of a process, or do you want to just call it good? I do agree with the thought that if there's an expense that the library incurs, it should be in that budget. It should be illustrated and seen in that budget. But, just like what utilities, I mean, the utilities taking $50 a month, that's just kind of more of a token thing being done, so that there is a payment, so there is some expense there. So, the rent kind of would fall back in that too. We need to account it for it, but where it comes from, we just need to make sure it works and make sure it gets paid every month.
Well, I just think that we can adjust, once we get the new building up, running, they're back in here, then we can adjust again. And, then actually look at, okay, what are we gonna charge them for utilities, and then set a new amount for rent if we need to. their space is gonna be somewhat bigger, but not by a lot, but we can adjust that at that time.
Okay, so I need a motion for an amendment to the budget, and I need it to be the right number. So whoever is going to make the motion for the budget amendment, either what she has here for $71.79 or minus $4,800 because the city will take over the rent out of the community center rebuilding fund.
That would be 2,379.63.
One of you better do it, because I'm not gonna do it the way you want it, so.
I don't know, you kinda talked me into it. I like keeping the books clean, everything in the library is everything in the library.
I just don't want to violate the ordinances that have already been there.
So,
We are not violating any ordinances, Jordan. We are not.
I just don't like, I want to see when somebody says, what's your library's budget? I want to show them.
Yeah.
And then go, well, but we got a little piece over here and.
No,
Give them a little
We
of
have
that.
this over there because it is actually part of our project.
And I
That's
get
why
that.
I went with the
but-
$600 in that.
My whole thing is pay it out of the project budget. It doesn't matter where it comes from. It's still the city of Inwood's money in
So
one account.
the expense line item comes out of the project, not out of the library expense line item.
But it says all, it's all, I'm just telling you what I'm gonna do.
Well, then do we go as far as, do they pay for insurance? Do they pay their portion of work comp? We've never done any of
Sure,
that.
it's all on it, it's all expenses. Doesn't bother me where it comes from, it's all of the cities anyways, you can budget wherever it is, it's still gonna come out of one account. The city of Inwood. They wanna see all expenses, let's give them all expenses then. To me, it's on paper, it's computer. It's allocated here, you pull it out of here regardless, it's the city's account.
I think about it like this, like if we say park costs us $1,000, that includes the lights for the park, that includes the lawn care for the park, that includes X, Y, and Z for the park. We don't say, but wait, the park board is going to be responsible for the utilities for the ballpark, right? So we don't pick and choose where things come from. It's still the city paying it, but it's the park's budget.
Correct. I agree with that.
budget report has a line item for the, says library total. Is that all expenses? Anything that the library incurs? Is that what that includes?
Basically, yeah. Except the rent.
I feel like we're wasting time talking about it, so
I do too. We'll just
I'll just.
do it Laura's way and I'll make the changes.
It's not Laura's way, it's the way it's been written. It's nobody's way.
Well, our ordinance kind of says the same thing and I'm following that too, Jordan.
So what's, I'd like to see, that's what I want to see on paper, what's black and white, what is ordinance. All I can say is what she's going by, it's hearsay right now. So I have it black and white in front of me, she says all expenses are supposed to be on her budget. So what's the
And
city's
it-
part?
Basically, the city says the same thing. All expenses should be run through the city.
Through the city's gonna pay for it anyway.
Yeah, so we need to just move on.
Amendment? Increase 717963.
So moved.
Support?
Or
All in favor, signify by saying
I
aye.
want to talk about this.
Oh.
I want all expenses in this thing. As she has written, this has rent in it.
Right.
Correct.
71, 79.
7179.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the budget for 26-27. Does that include the rent, Laura?
Yes.
So where's that?
That's on number 14.
Where's the, on paper?
Oh. Next day,
Gotcha.
next page, not day.
So may I ask how it's going down? Just curious.
The Enrich Iowa money,
Enrich Iowa money for years came and was deposited into the city's account, our general fund. And then we did adjust the budget each year to the amount. And that's because the amount was different every year. So we didn't include it in the original budget. Last year, Laura deposited the Enrich Iowa funds into the librarian's checking. So she didn't need an adjustment. There's only certain things they can spend that Enrich Iowa money on. It's a special fund through the state of Iowa.
I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the proposed budget for the 26-27 year.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thanks, Sarah. Okay, gentlemen, tractor pull. Is that you all are here for that? Okay, the
Yeah,
floor is yours, guys.
quite a crew, isn't it? Thanks, Laura.
Thanks, Laura. Thanks, Mary.
Yeah.
We're just here for motionals.
You are, that's so nice. He definitely needs it. Yeah.
So that's our expense sheet from last year.
Okay,
We were able to give about 14,000 back to fire and rescue this last year. So it's kind of cool that it keeps growing in that way.
Yeah.
That being said, we are also working on becoming a actual nonprofit too, to handle that kind of dollar amount. So hopefully by the end of this year, we'll have that taken care of. So yeah, our event this year is scheduled for June 5th at 5 p.m. And yeah, we're asking if we can get some roads closed so we can do that.
June 5, you said?
What's that?
June 5, you said?
Yes,
So do you need Jefferson Street closed also?
yes, yeah. I reread that email today and that didn't come through all the way.
well, we'll get it.
Okay.
What's the number?
7-26.
726. Anything else you guys have on that?
Well, we got the contract for the event from the Western Iowa Boys, and we'll get the insurance to you guys
Awesome.
when we get it.
You're gonna have food trucks again, or what are you gonna do this year?
Yes, we're planning on contacting the same vendors that we had the last 3 years, so.
Awesome. So cool, so fun, awesome. 726, resolution number. I will take a motion, I'll take a motion for the resolution. Thanks, Laurel. Support?
Support.
Thank you. Mark?
Aye.
Jordan?
Aye.
Laurel?
Aye.
Rick?
Aye.
Motion carries. Resolution 726. You get your roads closed.
Yeah, no noise complaints from last year.
I didn't hear any. Did you guys hear any? I didn't hear any either.
Nothing good stuff, so.
I think you communicate and advertise well, so, and it's a great event, so. It's fun, it's awesome. Thanks for putting it on. It's a lot of work.
It's good work, it's fun.
Yeah.
Have it back in town, so.
It
And
is.
it keeps growing every year too. I mean, we had 123 hooks last year, so it keeps growing.
Awesome.
Have you been
That's cool.
getting enough support sponsors and things like that?
Yes, so on the sheet, last year, we raised about $24,600. Yeah, spent a little over 10,000 on that, so, to actually put on the event.
Nice.
So, lots of sponsors, both from local and surrounding areas, so.
It's awesome.
Yep.
If you need help with marketing and advertising, make sure you reach out to Travis because he can put it on our Facebook and our website and all that good stuff for you
Yeah,
guys.
get it in our newsletter too, that
Yep.
going out, and I'll push it for you guys.
Perfect, thank you.
He also has some graphic arts skills, so if you need like those sorts of things, don't hesitate. I'm just farming him out, however you need.
That's my fun work.
Sweet, well, thanks so much, you guys, appreciate it. Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
we should have let you go first. You were very fast.
We didn't think that was gonna take.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank
Have a good night,
you.
guys.
All right,
Oh, yeah.
Carol, office report.
All right, I don't think I have much to say.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Bye. Those are the estimates from the paper. Yeah.
Too much paper too. Water bills are good. Travis has information on the welcome packet. And, paperless billing, the Oak Street sign will be done this spring. And he also has a contingency list.
Awesome. Anything for Carol, you guys have, any questions? All right, Travis, your turn.
Yeah, I'll go a little bit out of order here since we touched on it. Sitting in front of you, did print out a welcome packet that we kind of have in the works. It's a 2-pager. The design, how do I best put it? Every form now we create that goes on our website has to be ADA compliant. So there's kind of a method to the madness here as far as how it's laid out. It's a lot of them are going to be, I don't know, not too graphical, just because everything we put online, I have to go through certain steps to make sure it's ADA compliant moving forward. So I've actually been starting that process recently, and whether you do it in Google Doc or Microsoft Word or a PDF, there's different steps. So it can be a little bit convoluted. But anyways, just know that behind the scenes, every document that's going on our website is going to be ADA compliant from this moment forward. So I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. If you guys look at these forms and have any suggestions, any changes, you want something added, feel free to let me know. I'm basically just trying to keep it as simple as possible. Front page is more of the pertinent, necessary information, I would say, and then the back is just kind of extra resources that a new resident could look up and see that we have all these different businesses, organizations, churches, services, etc. I did ponder a dumbed down version where it maybe wouldn't list every business and maybe some phone numbers or websites, but as you see, it fills up pretty quick, and I didn't want to disclude anyone. So the concept here was that a new resident could just do a Google search or something quick, and hopefully most people could figure that out.
And I love that you included the categories next to it, because not all of the names are.
Yeah.
They, completely resonate with whatever the thing does.
Right.
So that's a great idea.
Thanks. So a lot of these are, built with the intention they're kind of a living, breathing document with, changes can be made at any time, and they're not necessarily this is how it needs to be, but it's a start. And then contingency list is kind of a big one that you also have a copy in front of you. So this contingency list, so Becca kind of described it as kind of a manual if something happens to me or Carol and no one knows what to do. It's kind of a starting point. So if Carol leaves and if even someone comes on part-time or we hire another person, my theory behind this is I'd hand this sheet to them
and just have them start reading through it. This is actually a document. It's a Google Doc. The access is limited, so right now it's just me and Becca. Probably would want to get Mark, since he's Mayor Pro Tem, on there, or whoever we deem wants access, but it's limited access because there will be some sensitive information within that, such as passwords. So that what I wanted to, rather than get a PowerPoint and just kind of show you on my computer, I needed some way to kind of visibly show you this. So imagine on the computer, there's going to be a sheet similar to Excel. There's going to be 12 different tabs. Tab 1 will be Quick Start. So if you thumb through this, that would be one tab. The different titles at the top. So there's Quick Start, there's SOP staff in and out. So the concept behind that is when someone gets hired or vice versa, they get let go or quit. There's certain things we need to do, whether it's setting up emails or get those emails taken off, things to that nature. You can read through it, but there's lots of different tabs. So what I'd like you to do at some point in time, even if it's really fast, just kind of skim through that, use a red pen, X out, add to it. If you think there's something I missed, I mean, I've only been here 4 months, so there's very good chance I'm not thinking of something, but it's a starting point. So again, with all the documents I make, I like simplicity. I don't want nothing too complex. It's more or less a starting point so that someone coming in here might know where our office keys are. They might know where to access certain passwords, certain files in the event something happens to me, certain contacts, stuff like that. The last page I actually recently added this week was the resident doc log. So I have some ideas to expand upon that in the future, but essentially the concept is just tracking nuisances or different issues around town, just so that we kind of have some sort of history with that. Next steps, I'm just noting it, stuff like that, steps that we take to that nature. So that's kind of the contingency list started.
So I love this. I'm sure Laurel does too, because we just had this conversation, this Zoom with our attorney, Micah, about nuisance properties. And he said that if you ever get to the stage where you need him to start writing municipal citations and stuff like that, there has to be a log of all of the things that you've done to help engage the person to rectify the issues. So this is really great.
Yeah. And what I might do there's a way in the future where with this doc log, you can basically, whether I tie it to ChatGPT or whatever, but feed it the information. And then if there's next steps, like April, we need a follow-up, or April, we need a certified letter to go out, where the goal is to get this to help keep track of some of those follow-throughs, just so I'm like, hey, Mark, where did we leave off with that? You start getting so many issues, it's hard to keep it all tracked.
Yep.
So that's kind of the idea there, but. Any questions, email me. If you have any, just, even if you want to mark on that sheet, just save them and I can gather them at some point in time. But just to move along, I got the March Inwood connections out. That's going well. I thought of some little changes on that, just trying to make the front a little bit more fun or unique every time. I kind of had an idea that they all kind of start looking the same. So now I'm going to theme the headers of those just slightly. Like this one had clovers for March, and the next one will have Easter stuff. And launched the Inwood's Golden Egg Hunt. That seems like that's been fun and getting some pretty good traction. Thanks to Security Savings Bank for sponsoring that and the prizes for that. Gonna try and make the next couple harder. It's been going maybe too fast, but I've been getting a lot of good feedback about it. Put together, so we went over the welcome packet. Community is looking at a Spring on Main again for this year. I offered to help run the online event if they choose. They're kind of debating right now. They have their own Facebook page already built from last year, and they might just run the event out of that and then add us as co-host. It's just to help market it, but I offered kind of help on that end if they would like. So we'll see where that goes. Let me see. Website overhaul. There's really no other updates since February meeting. It's going to be quite extensive, to say the least. I've started making documents ADA accessible, like I said, and what that all entails. There's quite a bit to making those documents accessible. So my goal moving forward, I'd say for April, I'm probably gonna have to buy Photoshop, and then my plan is to probably just start building some mock-ups, just basically what I could envision some of our new designs to look like, and then I'd present them to you guys and see what you think, and just kind of X what you don't, circle what you like, and then we can go through some reiterations that way. I haven't really had anyone step forward if they want to be on, a team with me to consult, so I guess that's still in the air. If anyone, or if you just want me to throw those designs together, or how we should go about that. But if anyone feels called and they want to converse with that with me, let me know. I'll leave it at that for now. Let me see. Grants, still waiting to hear back from the ARP Community Challenge grant. I'm hoping, I think this month, it was either March or May, I forget. And then I completed a T-Mobile hometown grant as well for the shelter cover. It's kind of similar to the ARP, is for $15,000. That one should also hear back hopefully within the end of the month. Let's see. I had some thoughts of maybe looking to grants that we could put towards a mural project that we've been discussing, maybe a swing set at the Favors Park, something to that nature. So that's kind of on my radar. Oak Street sign, Carol's handling that one. So I don't really have much input on that. City apparel, round one. Now tonight we finally got all of them delivered. So I'd like to get everyone's overall thoughts and quality, how they feel they turned out. I know there's some I've been tracking as far as for a second order that I'd like to get out the end of March yet. I got to get Jamie and Troy's on there. So any of you, I know some of you already taken some notes for some new ones that didn't fit or whatever. So I got those notes. Mark, I'll need, if yours fit good, that's all I really need to know. Or if you need a size up or down, let me know. Okay. So should get that going. Let me see. So the mural idea, the one we talked about, was the city logo on the east side storage building in Foot Park. Carol Childress declined just due to some medical stuff. She forwarded the information to Andrea Bonson. I don't know Andrea, but if Carol recommends her, to me, that's good enough for me. Marlo ARP also declined, but she is consulting some friends, kind of similar to Carol. If she recommends them, I'm on board. So Marlo's been pretty good about communicating with me, asking a lot of questions from her friends, willing to assist in some ways, such as she has a projector that she's willing to lend out, stuff like that. The last message I got from Marlo from her friends was regarding the building prep, and so we'll have to see either if we can have the building fully prepped, paint ready, versus if we just tack that on to whoever does it. I kind of scoped out the building. There's probably 2 cracks that will need some sort of filling on both sides. I kind of estimated the logo would be 5 by 5 foot on each side, would kind of fit the general areas, factoring in the south side window, and then the east side has kind of a wooden thing. So I think 5 foot by 5 on each side would probably work for a logo. So now we just need to determine if we do the prep work or not, and who's going to do that. I don't know if Jamie would be too thrilled if we ask him to paint that building. If some of us just want to get together Saturday, volunteer, and
I mean, do we have a sprayer? Because that would take 20 minutes. You know what I mean?
well, I even thought about contacting maybe Jerry Stye to see if he'd be willing to see what he would want, or a donation or something.
I mean, we have a power washer, and I don't think I have a sprayer, but I bet my dad does. It would be hard to do.
Yeah, I've never sprayed. I mean, I don't think painting would be too bad. I'm not sure how you'd fill those cracks. I've never done anything like that. I did a little
Jamie
bit.
can fill cracks.
Yeah. There's a certain,
Really good caulk mortar stuff that works really well.
and they're not bad.
I'm not afraid to pressure wash.
So I'd say something we want to probably be thinking sooner than later, just.
Sure.
We're always looking for community service projects too. I don't know about any other businesses that do that type of thing.
National Honor Society is always looking for projects.
FFA, they too, or two.
That's the LA.
Mm-hmm. And that could, I mean, it would be done in the morning. So,
Yeah, a lot of the high school, I'll check out there.
I still need I tried sending an email to the high school art teacher. I didn't get a response. I'm just gonna probably make a phone call or stop out there. Just need to do that. As far as the mural itself, Marlo, she admitted a couple people she knew probably too expensive. She thought in the 2,000, 2,500 range, and I agree that's too much. For something pretty simple, logo work, I call it. It's pretty simple. So I don't know what we'd have to consider who does it. You want it professional enough where it's going to hold up, but also, you know, what you want to pay on a project like that. I don't know. I've never done a mural or a painting much to that nature, so I wouldn't know.
I would have to ask like Marlo or Carol, you know what I mean? Like
Marlo thought if she did it, she was thinking around 1,500. And that's kind of the number I was going off of then.
Okay.
So I thought that was more doable than once you get 2,000 plus, I would be out on that at that point myself.
Okay. Sweet.
That's it.
Awesome.
Oh, one last thing, sorry. This actually just came in today, so I didn't have time to pre-talk about it, but there's a battery recycling program. There's actually just a recent fire in the Hartley with batteries and dangers, and it's kind of becoming more of a known issue, especially with garbage people. So the premise is that this Brent Catch, he's a landfill director. I forget where he's out of, but cut that off. But
Northwest Iowa Solid Waste,
yeah, okay, yep,
Hospers in Sheldon.
So they are distributing. They're looking to put all these different bins at different locations. They're going to start with one bin in the following. There's 7 towns listed on this sheet, so I'll make copies of this for all of you. Essentially, these bins are about 1,500 a piece. They want to get as many bins out as possible. We're asking towns to consider helping fund some of these bins for our communities. Maybe some local fire departments have funds or grants for programs like this as well. So maybe basically it's kind of like a little drop box, think kind of like a library drop box for books. It's not batteries for like cars or anything like that. It's more for like tablets, laptops, your everyday batteries, stuff like that. I don't know where this box would be, but probably somewhere enclosed. And to be honest, I wouldn't even care if it's here, and if I help facilitate that when people bring them in, I don't care. I mean, something to consider, but
yeah,
I think it might be
worthwhile.
something worthwhile.
Can you send that out to us?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's kind of hard to dispose of batteries, and you shouldn't be putting them in your trash. And
For sure. I have some sitting on my counter,
yeah,
just sitting there. I
Yeah.
don't know what to do with them.
yep.
Save them for the household hazardous waste day, which is in June every year.
Okay.
We're talking all sizes of batteries, yes?
Yeah,
Like
except like your car and
or your
ag batteries,
lawnmower,
nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, any
Especially
battery.
the rechargeable ones.
Yeah, rechargeable tablets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like if you
lithium.
have one
That's
for
the
your
ones that
computer or your,
explode
yeah.
and stuff.
And batteries and everything now. So
Yeah.
even old cell phones. I mean, he's storing those. Don't know what to do with them.
Anything else for Travis you guys have? Snow day parking and penalty notice. Did you guys get a chance to look over that?
Oh yeah, that's on my list too. Sorry.
Any comments or questions on it?
So the big thing on there, we just changed a little bit of the wording
Yep.
in a couple spots. It previously said towing in a couple spots, and per our last meeting, we wanted to focus on the ticketing, so I wasn't sure to use ticketing or penalty or whatever. Yeah, that was my major question on these two sheets, is just overall wording.
I like it. I like
So,
both.
yeah, one's an internal sheet, kind of our own internal, for internal purposes, and then that's the SOP, and then the other one would be what I would put on our website and
Yeah,
Facebook page.
We're doing subsequent violations within any 24-hour period. We're doing, if their second violation is 2 weeks later, we're doing another $25 fine, or we're doing a $50 fine.
I think last time we talked about that,
Mhm.
we were considering the snow season instead of the 24-hour period. So we said $25 fine the first time, 50
The second.
for the second, during the season, not just the 24-hour period.
Okay.
And then, so we haven't finished rewriting the ordinance yet. We reached out to the sheriff's department, and they have no guarantee that a deputy could make it to Inwood. You know, if they're busy, don't have a lot on duty through the night. And our law enforcement contract does not cover the city ordinance unless the ordinance reflects a violation of state code. So they're really not obligated to do this for us, but they suggest that the plow driver takes pictures, documents date, time, location, and any other pertinent information. Forward that to the sheriff's department, and they can handle it from there. That eliminates the problem of no deputy available, or the cars are moved before they get here, things like that that have come up. There's one other city in the county that does that. Only one that does. Have the sheriff's department help them. But if anyone contests their ticket, then the plow driver will have to testify to what they saw, photographed, and documented. Okay. We have more notes here. And do not state in the ordinance that the sheriff's office will write the tickets. It gives us more of an option to mail or other options on how to give that to them.
If they do it for us, will they charge a certain amount, or is that included in there?
I don't think they said they charge. I think especially if we do all the documentation and just forward it to them.
Okay, that was my next thing, is do we have any ticket books, or how does that work?
We don't.
we don't. We have, if it's a municipal citation, it's a MICA, and we pay MICA. But this would be them doing it. We report it, just like if Rick called them, that one was like, I'm a private citizen and so-and-so's doing this. Can you come and deal with it? And they'll come if they can, right? As soon as they can. But you would likely probably take pictures of whatever is happening so that you would have proof to say, you know? So I don't feel like that's a stretch at all.
Is there any reason we gotta run this past Micah to make sure we're okay?
Not that,
But the ordinance.
but the ordinance does. Because
Yeah, this is just for us.
Not all ordinances do we send to him, but I thought.
if we're changing a big part of it, yeah, I would too. Do you have any questions or concerns on that? Anything else you want revised? Okay. Thank you, Travis and Carol, for all your work on that. All right, moving on. In the interest of time, Rick has to leave at 8. I'm going to jump ahead because I want votes on. Speaking of the sheriff, we're going to 11, please. Lyon County Sheriff budget increase to $36,387 from $25,056. So this was the proposition, right, of incremental increases, but we are not agreeing to an incremental increase. We are agreeing to this next FY, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
You
Make
can
sure
change
we're
it.
Into a 5-year plan or
This
anything,
is
or
my
Next
proposal.
year, we get to vote on the next.
This is my
we're gonna keep it
proposal.
the same or go up any.
Mhm. I would like to do a year at a time. And I would like to see it each year and have data each year and ask questions each year, and I don't want to be stuck in something. So
What did they want?
they wanted, a $60-something per person.
That was over a period of time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that in 5 years,
it'll be,
it would get us all the way up to something.
yeah.
Bring everything with me that I will need it. Increased up to $65 per person in 5 years. Incremental increase, 60%, 70%, 80, 90, 100% each year. That was their proposal.
So what was the final dollar amount after 5 years? Was that in there?
I have it in an email.
Oh,
It's on the sheet.
No, that's just that's our agenda from last time where I wrote.
Oh,
I don't have the actual. Oh, Mark has it. Thanks.
that's the one file I didn't have.
That will get us to 60,000 in 5 years. It would get us to $60,644.
But this stuff, the 36, that's what his request for next year.
Yes.
Well, we're not tying into anything after that.
Right.
We can decide to say 36 next year if we want to.
Right.
Because it's 60 in 5 years could be 70, 75.
Yeah.
Do you want to see that?
No, I'm good.
Just
It
curious,
was just a curiosity.
how did you, is that a certain percentage or what brought you to 36?
It was the percentage from their paper.
Their paper just
Yeah.
that first year?
That was their request.
That's
Which
on that
honestly,
paragraph, right, Mark? That's
Yeah.
what they say? Yeah.
Cities pay 60% of the above cost of 139.21 per capita for this year.
Yeah.
This coming year.
So actually, it's set by the Board of Supervisors, because each community would have to be the same. So I don't think they've determined yet exactly, but that's what they're looking at.
And so when I talked to Sheriff Hill, he said each city can decide what they're doing independently. That's what he said to me.
They said the cost per person at 65, 35, half for every community. At least that's what he has said it at. I don't know if that's what the board has approved.
So basically, it's going up 68.8%.
In 5 years.
No, what we're gonna pay
Oh.
next year.
It's a big jump.
It is a big jump. But I think for a community our size, $36,000 for law enforcement isn't an insane number. I think that is still within that's not
reasonable.
an astronomical asking.
What are
In my
the community doing? What have other mayors said?
So, Lester has said that they are likely going to increase and do the same approach where it's year by year. And Larchwood didn't have a reply, so. And I did not talk to Upward. Thoughts?
I'll make a motion for the increase.
We typically don't make motions
Okay.
for our budget. We just plug it into the numbers.
Are we all in agreement with that? So Carol knows what she needs to do for the budget?
I'm good with it.
Laurel? You okay?
Yeah, it sucks, but what do you do?
Yeah.
Everything goes up.
Okay, Rick, you will need to abstain from the fire department budget conversation, so I'm gonna bounce us back then to our normal stuff, if that's okay. Approval of the consent agenda minutes of the February 9 meeting, treasurer's report and list of bills.
So is that gonna include the building permit? We just got, or is that separate?
Actually, I didn't include it in the consent agenda. I added it at the end. We have two. Mhm. So that would be a good one to hit before Rick leaves, since there's only 4 here.
Okay. We can talk about the 2 building permits then. And this is in accordance with all of the covenants, correct? For that area?
I think so. I was looking at it while Travis was.
Okay.
So
He's 62 feet up, Rebecca seems awful far back. Is he going by the middle of the highway or road?
let me just, I didn't understand his drawing.
That's
But
awful far back.
This says 25 feet.
Yeah, 62 feet is the length of the house. That's the size of the house, 62 by 50,
Width, yeah.
56.
I mean, 62 was 6.
Yeah.
Structure be set back 25 feet from the lot line.
Oh, so he's got that overall, okay.
18 sides, 20.
I don't know what the 40 is.
That's the,
So that's this 40 feet from the house on that side?
it'd be 40 feet
Is
on
that
that
40
side,
feet from the house on that
56 on the
side?
other
Of
side.
the property? From the lot line then?
No, it's not. It's 20.
Oh. Do you want to clarify some of this with him?
That
He
40,
fits on the lot.
Yeah.
that 40
So we
foot would be
can
the
approve it
length
and
of the
we'll
house on this side.
Yeah, I think
Don't
that's
get the
its
numbers.
house minutes. That's,
Okay.
That's this.
he's
That makes
not
more
measuring
sense.
lot line.
Yeah.
He just measured the
Okay.
size of the house.
He's just doing lengths,
Okay.
no
Of the
setback.
house, I get it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, setback you got on number
Because I
4.
knew this was 56, but yes, this side is shorter.
Okay. Yeah.
Steps back
He's
there.
on 56,
Probably have a deck
62.
or something up
So,
there.
yeah, this side of the house is just 40.
40 feet long.
So he's
Okay.
saying 18 and 20, does that come out?
Yeah, it's 18 and 20s is 38, and then out wide,
So he's at his 100.
yeah.
62, yep,
Right.
to scale, but 40 would be the side yard.
25 is the
This side of the
setback,
house.
correct, okay. You would know why
Yeah.
25 is. No,
Any comments or questions on those 2 building permits, you guys?
The other one,
It's right in there. It's right here.
In the very end of the.
Yeah, right
Garage.
Right here.
The very end. You want- Sorry, the original.
You have it.
This
is
is,
that it?
Yeah.
sign me.
You're welcome.
Yep, next door. Yeah. I still think about how it's going.
You don't have a setback from the rear, but on the.
It won't go as far as the house.
Looks like he's got, yeah, a little bit, but not.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can't read them. I'm trying, but they're blurry. I need new glasses. 8, 7? 7, I don't know.
What do you say?
You can't read some of the numbers?
Oh, basically, we just need these,
Okay,
yeah. And that's listed on the front.
okay. Here,
Mhm.
okay. Garage, okay.
He just did a really nice drawing, including all the
So does he not have a garage right now?
Mhm.
There's nothing. So what's these in front of the garage?
You mean the 3-foot?
3 feet?
That's just the dimensions for it. So the
Oh, how wide
The
they're gonna be?
stalls, yeah.
Gotcha.
And you'll have concrete to the street. I think it said that on the front.
Any other comments or questions on building permits?
Nope.
No.
Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Support?
For
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign, opposed? Great. Only other thing that Rick has, do you have anything about the shelter house in the park?
Just for your guys' information, I guess, I talked with PJ about electrical stuff because he was talking to Clearsma and they're gonna have to take down a couple of lines to the power lines to the shelter house in order to do the addition. So I asked him about, putting those lines when they connect them back underground. Because they got tore up from the storm last year and stuff like that. And he said it'd be a little bit more cost, but it would actually not be a whole, all that much more expensive to put them underground. Out of that. So I said,
Underground?
maybe we should just plan on that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Shannon and I talked about a little bit, and it's gonna be a couple $100 extra.
Well, then you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
wind or anything like
Right,
that.
and it's just safer also.
Right,
you know,
right.
And it's a little nicer look too.
Yeah,
honestly.
okay.
That's kind of the plan there. I don't know exactly when he's gonna
Do all that?
get it all done, but.
Does that have to happen
something
before
soon.
anything else happens? The power lines?
They're working together, so
Okay.
they get back happen like the same day.
Okay.
You know.
That tree that needs to come down, is there a timeline as far as that?
I have no idea.
I don't know on that yet either. I'll have to ask.
Shannon or Jamie?
Yeah, or Jamie if they have done anything
Talk
with
to
that,
them.
because I haven't got anything with that.
That's cement concrete that's there right now, pretty decent shape.
I think it
Pretty
is.
good shape,
Yeah.
Mhm.
My kids rollerblade and roller skate on it, and that's pretty smooth
It's
still.
fairly new.
Yeah,
The shelter house is old.
inside,
That-
that, yeah, the
Yeah.
part that's uncovered is nice, I think, still.
It is.
Yeah, and it'll last longer once it's up over it.
We have kind of an estimated timeline for the public shelter.
They were talking kind of middle of May and it'll only take 2 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it should be a pretty quick thing.
That's so exciting.
2 days to put up.
I am not sure about the 2 days, but
Yeah.
I thought it was a real.
Yeah, he said just a couple days.
That's awesome.
That's
I
great.
thought they said they could have it done in like less than a week, so.
Fabulous.
Should be pretty.
That's awesome.
Those guys have all the right tools, they just, you got all the material there, you just put it up, you know?
I'm assuming metal roof then.
Before you, any other questions for him? Before you go, we need you to vote on one thing for the mini grant, because Laurel can't, because she's on that board.
Okay.
So we have an opportunity to apply for a mini grant through Lyon County Riverboat Foundation again this year. It's a $3,000 grant. It's random, luck of the draw. Okay. So one thing that we've been doing is we've been purchasing 4 new picnic tables each year, the aluminum picnic tables. That budget is $5,700. Another thought that came in was a swing set at Favorite Park. Okay. That cost is $11,320. So you'd be spending a little bit more. So I didn't know if you were ready to make a decision on that one, or if you want to go with picnic tables.
I recommend picnic tables. They will get used all the time.
Yeah. I
And
think
we
that'd be
can
the-
plan on the swing set.
We could do another different mini grant for a swing set or something too.
Yeah, yeah.
that's,
And the Cantonwood Area Health Foundation has the grant coming open too, that they do for health and wellness that we can tap into that doesn't have a set limit amount. You can just say what you need. So that would be another one, Trav, to look at. So you guys are okay with the picnic table?
Yep.
Can I get a motion for that?
So move.
Can I get a support?
Or,
Okay, Mark?
Aye.
Laurel? Oh, no, Laurel. No, Laurel. Thank you. What was that? 8:26 for that resolution. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye. Have fun talking to the kids. Good job, Dad.
Yay.
Okay. We've just been all over the place today. I'm so sorry, you guys. Wow, it's been fun.
New business number 6, right?
There we are.
I like Mark's thing.
Oh my God. No, but we can go through the rest of this, hopefully. I shouldn't even say that, but I'm gonna say it anyway, quickly. So, back to the consent agenda. We need to formally approve that. We skipped over that. So I've got the minutes from February 9, the treasurer's report, and the list of bills. Now I'll entertain a motion for those items, if you guys are ready to vote on them. If you have any questions on the list of bills for payment or anything, let me know. Yeah.
No, that was just a.
Yep.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. Support? Thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And the consent agenda passes. All right, we are now on to old business. Community Center project. So project cost is listed here with the increase of the OLA precast. That is the earliest we can get it right now is October. If it's done sooner, that's awesome, but that October timeline is what we're working with, and that's kind of the crux of the project is that. So that's the updated cost, $5,882,108. Current funding received to date with the award of the CAT grant from the Iowa Economic Development Authority is $5,648,370. I did just send a follow-up message to Dave at Sanford to see if they had made a decision about what they were going to do. So I don't have an update from that yet. We still welcome any and all funding that we can collect for our building. This is including the bare minimum, right? So it's not new updated equipment. It's not all of those sorts of things. So, but the,
Can I make one comment?
yeah.
So just something that I just thought of that we really haven't touched base on at those design meetings is like the display of donors and things we do in their
Donor wall. Yeah.
We talked about that. We just recently received a donation from someone in honor of someone, so I want to make sure that we're gonna have something in the works for that.
Okay. That can be brought up at our next committee meeting for the design on March 25th at 4.
I didn't see anything.
So if you guys can attend, please do. And then we have our timeline review. So the RFQs, request for qualifications, went out. They had to be, they have a deadline to submit those. Once those are validated, then it gets brought forward. The bidding comes in from contractors. If you don't give your RFQs, your qualifications, you can't bid the project. That's a requirement. So hopefully everyone who is interested is getting those RFQs submitted. And then we have contracts. When I looked at the timeline, contract award is in May timeline. And then we have demo slotted for mid-July. Any comments or questions on that? Okay. Chamber of Commerce, I talked to Todd and all of the lots have been sold except for lot 8, which is the lot between lot 10, Marv and, Billy, yep. So it's that kind of like corner one around, when you go around.
On the curve.
On the curve. So Todd was going to talk to some folks and see if they could potentially split it and have them purchase it to have a larger side yard, because it's just a weird space. So I don't have it. That's the only one available though. All the others have been spoken for. Any comments or questions on that? That's really exciting. Yep. Nuisance abatement. Do you have any update on the timeline for any of those? The deadline, drop dead date? No? Will you touch base with Darren and see, or does he set the timeline?
Well, we just kind of wait till
when?
till it is good weather to start doing outside projects.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's hard to set a date.
Okay. Okay. We had a meeting with Micah, our attorney, today, and talked about properties and the nuisance abatement process if we don't use a entity to do that for us and what that looks like. Basically, it boils down to trying to handle it locally first as much as possible, having your conversations, sending your letters, trying to work with them as much as possible on an individual level is always the best path. And then if that's not possible and you don't see any progress or improvements, then you can elevate it to Micah and he can help guide us on if it meets the requirements for a municipal citation, if it would actually hold up in court, because court would be the end of it all, right? So hopefully that's not ever something that we need to get to, but just so that we have an understanding of what that looks like. What I thought was really interesting is that there is no requirement necessarily that they got served something from this group to be in violation. There's some ORs that are built into our ordinances that allow judgment from the council, if that makes sense. So if the property is considered a danger, or if X, Y, and Z, and that's your perception, right? And your perception and my perception. It may not be that person's perception, is essentially what it boiled down to, right? So, and he was really cautious about saying, like, it's a fine line to walk, because what's to say they're going to come to you and they're going to say, well, that property is much worse than my property, you know?
One man's trash is another man's treasure is kind of what he
Yeah.
kept referring to. So.
Yeah. So, but the main thing was, try and work locally, keep logs of all the things that you do, whether it's phone calls, letters, emails, whatever it is, keep logs of all of that, because it ends up really mattering if you get to that stage. Am I summarizing pretty well for the most part from your guys'?
I did like the part where he mentioned, other than looks, where you could try to qualify for a dangerous building, which you would need, the city would have to pay for an inspector to give their legal opinion, but that's also another option.
Yeah, so like if they had mold or something, or critters and stuff.
Roof's ready to fall down or
Yeah.
something like that.
And then he also said, tread lightly if you are thinking about the city taking ownership, like abating the property and taking ownership, because that's also, city owns a property, right? And we all know how much fun that is and complicated. So anything else you can think of? I took notes, but I left them at my house. Okay. We talked about the shelter house in Foot Park. North end, south side TIF. So we need to have a meeting, and we need to have a meeting about the TIF. The South Side Development Group is wanting to get rolling, and they are working through, they've talked to Jen, they've talked to their attorney, they want to do this grant, they want to know what the city's gonna do. So we need to have a meeting, and it needs to be a meeting about the TIF where nothing else is being discussed, and they would love to attend. So if I can I know that Rick and Shannon are not here, so what I'd like, because I need them all, we all need to be here. So what I'd like to do is get an email out to see what's available in the very, very near future.
So we're already meeting on the 26th.
I will see if, how far away is that? It's 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Okay, I can ask if that's gonna work for them.
So our meeting is set for 5:30. That's to propose property tax.
Yep.
Public
Super short
hearing.
meeting, yeah.
5:30.
Okay.
I had 5.
I had 5.
I had
We have
5.
5?
Did you put 5:30 in the paper?
Yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
that's okay.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Because I think it's Shannon and Rick both said earlier was better for them, if I remember right.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter.
I'm fine either way too, but we better check everybody, you know?
Can we edit it though if we have it in the paper already? Because it had to go out. That's a state requirement. Yep, but we'll still
Let
have,
me double check.
we'll still
Let's
have
see
3
what
of
I
us
did.
here though, Carol.
Yeah, and actually Fred. So you can meet at 5. No, it would,
That's not gonna be enough time.
no.
So I can do that, but I have to be done by 7. That property tax hearing will take 5 minutes. It's very, very short. But I don't know if Mark and Shannon, not Mark, you're Mark, I'm looking at you, that's why I said your name. If Rick and Shannon can stay longer that day, because they were, like you said, they had to go early. I don't want to sit here and stare at the calendar because they're not here and it doesn't do us any good. Will you send out some options? What I've done in the past, Travis, is I've used, like when I have a big group that I'm trying to work, I've used a doodle poll. You can plop in dates and times and then people select what works for them or they select what might work or what doesn't work and you find the one that works for the group.
Okay.
And then you are not doing emails back and forth and calling and all the things, and you can send it to the Southside developers too. And I would love for Jen to be there if you can make it, Jen. I'm still safer with you there.
I'll be sweet like that.
Thank you. That's what I need.
Never mind, we did publish at 5.
Oh, 5.
Oh,
Yay.
So 5:30.
Hey.
20. I won't take that one.
Okay.
5.
Sorry.
That's okay. So I, we need to talk about our project plan and have some specifics for that, but they also need some answers from us. So,
So you can be here at 5:15.
yeah, as long as these other 2 guys can be around,
So should I still send out
I would,
that poll?
yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm not confident that the other 2 can make it happen. So,
So if we would do the March 26th, we would do the property thing first and then
at 5.
this one after.
All right. Anything else on that you guys have? No? Okay. Ash board tree removal on hold, leaving it. Sidewalk repair plan proposal. We did, Carol and Travis got that through Micah and his crew, Susan, and they have no concerns. Yeah. So,
with that, when
yeah,
we send it out, we will send out the code section.
okay.
And we also have a list of contractors,
Oh, great.
concrete contractors. And I checked out the cost because we need to
Budget.
finalize the budget there.
Yep.
So concrete is $167 a cubic yard.
Okay.
And 1 cubic yard will cover 20 lineal feet of 4-inch thick sidewalk. Concrete isn't gonna add up to a lot.
That's, I mean, because even if someone's doing like 3 squares, 4 squares, 4? How big are they? 4 feet? 4 feet. So they could do 5 whole squares. Wow.
You'll have the same cost on labor. You know, so you're still gonna look at a couple $100 to do 4 squares
Yeah,
or more.
We're covering 50% of the concrete.
of
Yeah.
just the concrete.
Just kind of, yeah.
But we have to think about the trees. That's what
That's
our budget-
true.
Mhm.
That's what it's.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, we'll leave it. Okay, I like that though, sending the list of contractors out with it. Are you doing it in May then, when you send out, or April, when you send out the reminder?
What we were thinking,
Okay, do you guys have
cleanup
any?
day letter.
Yeah, so then everybody gets it.
We're not sending all of that to everybody.
Yeah, but
If they're interested, they can come in,
yeah,
because that's a lot of people.
yeah. Will you send like we have a new you'll doctor it up, right, Travis? Like, we have a new program. This is what it is. Come and read about it at City Hall or something. And then you can put a thing on Facebook and the website.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything from you on that? Are you good?
No, my only question was, I just wanted, Jamie, shouldn't we go around first? Let them know this will be something implemented, but we shouldn't like take care of trees like the first year or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, we haven't decided what area we're doing though, have we?
No, but we do know some problem areas that regardless if trees are in their boulevard, they're already,
Yeah,
so.
but I know, we're not electing to do those, are we? I thought we were only going to deal with them if someone came forward in the area and wanted to fix.
We got some really bad sidewalks that should be addressed regardless.
So are we doing the whole town then? Or are we doing,
That's why I wonder if we should focus on sections of town
yeah,
first.
so do you have a particular section you want to focus on?
I just didn't know if a certain area was worse than another. I don't know, I believe the trees are gonna cost way more than what concrete's gonna come close to.
I think so too, yeah. But I don't, like, do you want to tackle that expensive thing first, or do you want to do, you know what I mean? Like
Like a strictly volunteer program, rather than mandate.
Yeah, no, I understand, I get that. It's just, you could go to one area, if there's 3 or 4 trees we gotta take down,
Yeah,
I might mow a whole bunch,
no, I know,
Yeah.
you
yeah.
know?
But I'm like what she said, like we just educate about it, say we have a new program, this is to offer you assistance to redo your sidewalks that are in disrepair. Talk to City Hall about it and
Because I didn't know if people have called in and complained about certain areas, certain sidewalks, you know, if they're more on the parade routes or more closer to downtown, that'd be more, you know, instead of doing, I hate to categorize it, but sidewalk way off in town, hardly nobody uses, but it is the same, but I don't know, I just don't wanna, I don't know what's the best.
my proposition is that we do volunteer for this first year and we see what it looks like and how it shakes out. It's just 6 months, right? I mean, it's just April to October. So let's see how it goes, how much it's utilized, if it's utilized at all. People become familiar with it and then we can say, hey, now we're going to go do this section, right?
But what do we budget for? Because that's gonna be helpful for it, even though it's put in for it. Close. Is what, June? When we got put in for it?
The budget?
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Earlier,
April.
end
Yeah.
of June's the end, though, right?
Yeah, June 30th is the end of our fiscal year.
yeah,
And that's gonna be in by April.
Yeah.
So basically next month.
yeah.
So, yeah.
That's why we've been talking about all this
How do we
bucket
budget
stuff.
volunteers, and we don't know how many are in, you know, that's,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we talked about putting aside some money though, didn't we? In for that?
We talked about setting a budget for this project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a cap. And then first come, first serve. When the money's gone, the money's gone. Right?
And then if there's any leftovers, they're in for the next year. If you
Yeah.
want to do it.
Yeah, that's what I thought we said.
Mm-hmm.
It does note, the city will address trees located within the city right of way as determined by the city. So, you don't want to, you ain't taking it ahead on it. first come, first serve, or case by case, but that's what it might come down to.
Yeah.
You know, there's a few spots where you get 3 or 4 houses in a row where the sidewalks are all really bad, but all the trees would still be our responsibility too. So that would, because if you get all those houses wanting to fix it, that could be fairly costly.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm. But I think, I don't know, I still think we start with a set aside amount in our budget, volunteer initially to get people familiar with it. And then we have time to have Jamie go around and kind of do a little inventory of what we've got for trees making a mess and stuff like that.
Because for me, the budget we put in there, that's strictly just 50% for the cement,
Yes,
and we're not gonna include the cost for trees.
we know we talked about
We'd
putting,
have to budget for the
we
trees.
talked about putting
That's gonna
trees in
be
there.
on
Yes.
site again.
Yes.
Okay, that's why I didn't know if we can include that all in one, or if that has to be separate.
We put it all in the sidewalk repair plan, right? Yeah, that's what we talked about.
It'd just be part of our park budget.
Yes. We don't have
Even
a
though it's not in
sidewalk,
the park.
Well, we don't,
we don't have a
so
sidewalk budget though.
sidewalk isn't a separate fund,
Yeah.
so
you gotta put it somewhere.
just kind of,
So the sidewalk cement would
We've got-
only be for cement.
We've got
Trees would
roads,
just come out of the general.
they would both come out of the same line item, okay? But yes, general fund, probably under the park department. Even though it's not in a park,
It could be
You've got-
like parks and recreation. I mean, you can like,
you've got streets or you've got office, it's the best fit.
I'm just curious if we gotta have a different line item, but out of a different budget, or out of the, the budget for that. That's what I'm just curious. I just want to do what's correct.
yeah. I don't think it fits anywhere else that we have right now.
there's a line item in the budget report for roads, bridges, and sidewalks.
It would be out of our road use tax fund.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. But, okay, so hear me out.
So it would come out, yeah.
Well,
That's probably where the sidewalk repair on Main Street would come out of that
Yeah,
department.
and I only say that because that is really limited, what we can use that money for. The roads, those tax dollars, like they can only be used for those things. Whereas our general fund, we have a little bit of wiggle, right? And our parks, if it fits into parks, you know what I'm trying to say? Like this is really limited. It's for roads, it's for bridges, it's for public sidewalks.
We don't have a beautification fund or something like that.
And we do our tree repairs.
Unlimited
Jen's
amount of
smiling and
money.
laughing. Do you know of anybody else that has anything set up that should go in?
They don't sure if it fits best. I mean, there aren't single items for every piece. It's just the.
Otherwise you have
A
email lines, yeah.
Where do we normally get our tree? Because we do tree repairs pretty much every year. Not repairs, what, you know what I mean?
Removals.
Cutting, yeah,
Yeah, parks.
parks, okay.
In the parks.
There we go.
Okay, I just didn't know if it had to be in a park. That's why I'm just-
And that's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's alleys and that's all in the main and all that thing. So that comes from there. So I think that makes sense. Okay. Is that okay? Do you have any other questions on that? All right,
You set
Do you-
a total.
yeah. What do you want? What do you want
Yeah, so figure $250 per project.
in concrete?
That's true, we don't even need that much, do we?
No.
It's just concrete.
It's just concrete.
Figure go high.
How much is it to remove a tree?
Oh, hold on.
15 to 2,000.
How much were the ones in the park, Carol, that they did? What did that
It
average?
was a lump sum, but yeah, you figured 1,500 to 2,000 per
Yeah, I
year.
just got done with 2,200. That was grinding and everything.
So, like you said, some of them on the
And that's what we
highway.
would do.
So
We'd have to
20
grind them
So let's
out
go
on the
high,
sidewalk.
right? Let's do the math. So 2,200 per tree. Right? And let's say we get, what do you think? 5? I don't think it's gonna be a huge demand, you guys.
No.
That feel okay? So that would be
That's 11,000.
$11,000. Cause the concrete's nominal, it's $167.
Yeah.
Some people have 2 or 3 trees
Yeah,
in
Yeah.
front of the
Yeah.
one property.
most properties will have two trees. So maybe figure 6.
6, so, okay, so 13, 2. Do you wanna be on the safe side and do 15?
Is the city only doing the trees on the facing side, right? The-
Yeah.
In the right.
In the right way.
Yeah.
Road to sidewalk is what we are responsible for.
I would say set it at 15.
Yeah, just, yeah.
15,000.
15 plus the concrete, so it's gotta be 20.
Okay.
You, not gonna do 2, I agree with concrete though.
Not if it's 167 and then that gets them.
I used to
blocks.
have one, get the bid, do several trees at one time, and save them.
But maybe we could orchestrate that, you know what I mean?
In the applications committee.
Yep.
Mhm.
But the thing is even if we put 20 in there and it doesn't all get used, it's there, right?
Right.
Like, that's okay. 20 is just the max that we'll expend.
Or you put 15 and just say, okay, well, number 7 didn't get done this year, you're first in line next year.
That's fine too.
We've bumped our budget pretty hard this year,
We have,
so,
Yeah.
and we're not done bumping it, so.
Maybe say 15.
15? Okay. You okay with that 15? 15? Okay. Just so you can run your numbers and stuff for. Anything else on the sidewalk? All right, I have no updates on electric scooter ordinance. I will talk to my mayors again. We hopefully will all see each other at,
we're gonna discuss that in April,
What's that? The,
electric scooters. That and the sheriff's budget.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good, thank you.
we'll ask them to be there. If you want to share it there.
Well, you cover both.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then land discussion. So I had probably 4 or 5 people ask me about residential land options. Where are lots in Inwood? We don't have any.
We don't have any.
So we need to have some, we need to have something.
The last time, I remember Rick mentioning, he kind of mentioned the west side of town. Wonder if there's been any movement on that, or who owns that? Was that the west of where Casuals is? Is that what Rick, he's not here, so. But I thought he
Oh,
mentioned,
on the highway?
yeah, I thought so. I thought that's what, when we were talking about the east side and it's kind of too low, Rick brought up the west side. And I thought it was on west of Casuals over there.
I have no idea if he's talked to them or not.
Do you know who owns that?
I do not. Do you? I'd have to look on Beacon. You know who owns on that side, Caswell? The, not over here, the actual, like, old Caswell building on the highway.
Oh,
Casual Plumbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'd be a good place
Well,
anyway.
it was just on the east side, you're right behind Douglas.
I know.
Some of that purchase, because that'd be,
I mean, somebody wants a lot. When we have, they were like, when is the next Van Rig and Mortar gonna be developed? They asked me, and I was like, I don't know. So I'm getting asked the question from people, and we need to think about it because the requests are there.
They're there, but we need land, we need a developer.
Who do you know? Because I can talk to landowners, right, as the city, but we have a fixed budget that comes with infrastructure costs. So,
Do you guys have the 13 acres on the east side, northeast side, is that right too? The second red right bedroom, which is essentially, that's what we, the
That's
city
what we
owns
have.
that.
yep,
Which is going to be very difficult to develop.
Looks like there's much through there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't see the work as you talked before, maybe work with someone else that wants that and trade some money for this like that.
talked about that. So just be thinking about that because the questions are out there. And it's really unfortunate to say that there's nothing here.
It'd be great to have a nice area to put up another dozen houses
Because what happens is they go
somewhere.
elsewhere, right? So. And they're not people that also think about this, it's not net new. The net new people they don't know me. They're not coming to me. It's people that are inwood people that are looking for something and then they want opportunity and they don't have it. And so what will happen is they can't get it, they will find it elsewhere and they will leave our community. So. Okay. Snow ordinance, oh, we talked about that. Mike is gonna get rid of that line. Can we talk about that? We talked about that. Oh, look at all these things we talked about.
Did we do that?
No, we didn't. Fire department budget. Thank you. So, treasurer Chris came last time, talked about them not having the budget updated for several years based off of township stuff and all these sorts of things. So they are behind also in their budget. So their request is to increase from 17,256 to 3,470 for FY 26-27. That is supposed to be done, that calculation is supposed to be done every year. So they have missed doing it. And that is why we are where we are.
What'd you have for another one?
30,470.
Oh, okay, I thought you said 36, the line above. That's my question.
Yeah, no, 30.
Okay.
470.
How many years is it?
Ooh, don't know the answer to that. Several. He's been the treasurer for 5 years.
Yeah, I thought it was 5.
And he didn't know about it. So 5 years.
So basically, this isn't an inflated number to catch back up. This is just where it should have been slowly increasing this whole time.
It's yeah, and Jen, you can correct me because you used to do this. I believe that you were asked what the calculation was, what the number was, and then you popped out some information to them and then they did their math on it. Yeah.
So essentially, they get the valuation of their fire district, which includes more than just the city of Inwood as well. But then they determine how much they need to support their budget, and then they create their own levy. Essentially is what they do.
So it's not a certain percentage each town gets off their population.
No. I mean, every city is different. I don't know, I guess I don't know how every city determines how much they're going to give. We always just did the townships. We didn't have anything to do with the city. In the auditor's office, we just did the levies for the townships.
So they get some off the townships as well then?
Anyone they provide fire protection to, yep, but whoever's in their fire district. Yep.
So we get levies from Lyon Township, which, not we, the fire department does. Lyon, Richland, part of Centennial, and part goes to Larchwood.
Sure.
Part of Logan, and part goes elsewhere. Also, there's a little bit from Sioux and a little bit from Settlers,
Sure.
which are actually Sioux County. That come to the Inwood Fire Department.
And they're kind of, they don't follow any other line that makes any kind of sense. I mean, they're cutting, I mean, some sections are cut up, some, it's just, they're not square whole sections. You could have a quarter of a section, you could have, you know, fair districts are kind of a weird thing.
And the fire department used to do an annual budget, so they'd figure out their expenditures, balance it with their revenues, and go from there.
And that's what they haven't done? Or what?
Right, yeah, we haven't had a budget.
Well, then there was talk last time that there was an agreement that the city would pay 50% of what the township estimated budget. Did we ever find out if that was an actual thing?
I don't have any documentation on that.
If you say what is true, that's about exactly what they have. Yeah,
Previous
that's-
years, it was less.
That's exactly what they have, 50% of the township.
That's what they're looking at now.
That's what they want now, yes.
Yeah.
Last increase was 2021. Do you want to see that, Mark?
No, I've got that.
Yeah. So we need a motion? I'll make a motion.
Support, we don't usually.
Oh. Don't have to?
No, we forgot to do a motion on the budget, no.
So they just present and that's just what it is?
Yeah, we've just always honored it.
It will go into, yeah, she'll factor it into the budget then.
Okay.
For the next FY.
You don't argue with the fire department.
No, and that's why I
You need
wonder,
it,
how
yeah.
come some you need motions, some you don't? I'm just kind of curious why, what's.
Well, this is just all part of the budget, and when you put the budget together, then you'll need a resolution.
Yeah, we do, yeah, so when she finally gives us that report of where everything is, and we have the columns, right, with like fact, actual, projected, all the things, then that's when we have, and we have to put it in the paper, people have to see what it all is, all of that stuff. That's when we need resolutions on it, but this is helping her now build that.
Okay.
Not that it affects that budget or whatever, well, it affects our budget, but not the fire department budget. But we also have to remember we have a $30,000 bill to them to buy the fire station as well.
Each year, yes.
And our commitment for the fireworks. Okay, we did. All right. Any other comments or questions? I think we're done talking about the budget now. IISC, so Jen submitted for a project for this. I had put one in long ago, which is, it was originally for the trails. This is the one where we had a Zoom meeting with a bunch of mayors, the Lyon County Conservation Board. And it was essentially where the city of Inwood can do this on a small scale, right? For $5,000, you can tap into the IISC and they can help you with a singular project. They do the planning, the work, like you're getting them to tee you up for either doing it yourself or submitting for grants. Like they take the engineering stuff out of it. They take all the things out of it, right? And this $5,000 is like a donation to their program. It's a bunch of college age engineering and all students overseen by faculty. when they saw me and they started talking about it, they also do a larger scale, which is $50,000 and at least 10 projects, usually more than that. So it piqued Jen's interest because, and just chime in, Jen.
No, yeah, go ahead.
But it piqued Jen's interest because she has a big project need that she needs to do a housing needs assessment for the county. That's going to be $30,000 that she could utilize this group for a very fraction of the cost, right? So we can partner with the Lyon County Conservation Board, the city of Morchwood, the city of Leicester. Like, we can partner with all of these people and chip in a portion of it, right? And still get a project out of it. So, and then this group also does, they're not a traditional group, so they can offer payment plans and installments and all these sorts of things. And they come out to where you are to do the work. So that's what this is. And Travis, I think you were on that second Zoom call that we had. Jen and I were on one before that, but they talked about mural projects that they've done. They've done a lot of trails. They've done, their list of things is
Playground.
giant. Yes, playgrounds, like just tons of stuff.
So,
Water systems and from.
Yeah.
so our project wouldn't have to be the same as the other, but it could be, they could
Anything.
be 10 separate.
Yep. So we could say our project is some sort of water management thing in the Van Regenwerder edition. You know, I said a trail because I was like, oh, I'm interested in the trail. Like, let's talk about that. But if that's not something that we want to prioritize or care about, that's fine. It can be whatever we want. It could be 5 things of whatever we want. They're going to do, if you do the big partnership one, they guarantee 10. And they usually do more.
Over how many years?
1 year.
But they have, all the different departments at the college that they use their legal, they use their engineering, they use their health service. Any department that has
Law,
students
like-
that wants to do a project.
It's like a capstone project for senior
Graduates.
year students. They're not licensed engineers, but they're at the very end of their degree and they're overseen by the professors in those departments for this.
But it wouldn't be, we can take that information and hold on to it. We don't have to do it in that same year.
No,
We
correct,
we have that project information that we can do 3 years down the line.
correct.
But then there's something to honor that because they weren't actual engineers though. But we still have to get an engineer.
Depending on what it is.
Yeah, I would say it depends on what it is. Cause I think like for some of the stuff, if you're gonna do, if so-and-so is gonna do a trail and the city's gonna do it, like, we did a trail in the park. We just did a trail. We didn't have an engineer. You know what I mean? We mapped it out, we put it together, I don't know. So, for the one going outside of town,
I think if you're designing a water system, then you're probably gonna need your
Yeah.
professional engineer sign off at some point, but at least you have an idea. This is what we had crafted for us. It should save you money in the long run, rather than paying them 20 hours to do their engineering at PGR or back engineering or wherever it is you end up.
yeah. And it's not, and also like we don't just have, she's using it for a housing needs assessment. Like, you can do all sorts of stuff. Their website is
It's interesting.
vast, what they're capable of.
So basically they offer this every year, but you gotta have your project in, or you're gonna say yes by what?
It's an application process, and then they go through them and determine who they want to work with,
Yeah.
essentially.
They choose their candidates. They haven't done anything in the northwest region of the state, so they were excited about this area. And I know that Leicester is talking to their council tonight.
Yep, I was there.
Oh,
They are also going to pass it on to their,
betterment
vision,
group.
yeah.
Yeah.
betterment group.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna do the same to George, because, they're T-ball and, yeah, baseball, those kind of fields always need something. I mean, if they could, you know, have the ability to regrade or whatever it is to their field and, it's the ones where they campground, they live on these kind of campground, so maybe it's a project that's like that, and if you can pay half the cost of whatever it would typically cost you. But I'll mention it. I'll send it out to them too.
So there's lots of options for that. We already put in for the trail thing. My hope is that we have other sisters communities that are interested in it and we could potentially do a bigger project. They haven't done anything yet. They're just holding on to our stuff to see what happens. But I wanted you guys to know. And then if you have ideas for projects, like the mural idea or whatever they've done so many things. Playgrounds, parks, all sorts of stuff. So much more affordable than an engineer. So anything else? If you have something, you can just send it to me and I can get it added to our stuff. We haven't committed to anything. We haven't even been awarded. I mean, like, they're in the early stages of it, so. April town hall. We have our one in March on, didn't put it in here, oopsies.
28, right?
Yes, at 10. March 28th at 10.
Easter egg starts at 10 that day.
Oh, I can bump it back. Can do 11.
We didn't know if it would affect anyone that usually comes.
Occasionally we have a young person come, like Larissa came, you know?
Yeah, Anish did.
Yeah,
They're kind of young, they have kids.
it's fine to have it at 11 on the 28th. Is it in the newsletter, Trav?
Yeah, it is.
Can you just do an addendum, not to the newsletter, but like a post that says it's updated?
Sure.
Okay. Till 11 a.m. Is that okay with you guys?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to conflict with the Easter egg hunt. Good catch. Because I also want to go to the Easter egg hunt because I have 3 little kids, so.
Well, that's kind of what we thought.
Yeah.
I'll have my kids that day too, so I was kind of torn.
Yeah, I'd like to attend. What date do you want for April then? Do you want to do during the week? You want to do another Saturday? Yeah, that's fine with me. Any preferences from anybody?
I wouldn't be able to, the 18th, we have some solo ensembles at school.
Okay.
I think that's like from 8 to noon or something. But
I don't know what events are happening at that juncture, but I could even do like a Monday night. I don't know what people think. Can't? Okay. A Monday, yeah. Do you want to do the 25th? Are you around? It's not a requirement, but.
Yeah.
works for me.
Okay, we'll put it on the 25th. Want to do 10? Seemed okay last time?
Mhm.
Okay. 25th and 10. I'm trying to remember. I didn't take any notes. Was there any concerns or complaints from our town hall that we just had?
Not really. It was
Yeah.
the same.
Okay.
Things we've talked about before.
we had just gotten the CAT grant, so that was a lot of the conversation was the CAT grant. All right, and we already talked about the nuisance property process. Do you guys have any additional questions on that? Okay. Resolution, we voted on, oh no, this is for different, this is for Spring on Main. Okay. Resolution to close 300, 400, is this 926? 926 for the Spring on Main event on South Main Street for Saturday, May 9.
I'll make a motion.
Can I support? And Mark?
Aye.
Jordan?
Aye.
Laurel? Resolution 926 passes. This is at 5 o'clock. All right, anything else, Mark?
No.
Jordan?
No.
Laurel? Carol? Scott? Jen? Anything? Okay, our next meeting is April 13th at 6:30. We have our special meeting for the property tax levy on Thursday, the 26th at 5. And be on the lookout for the meeting with the Southside developers. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Can I support? Thank you. Everyone in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Yes.
Clerk, whoever, Jim, whoever, the